Hey, it's the nerdy sports fan. We're talking draft because, hey, it's only a few weeks away. And we're doing mock draft simulations team by team with the draftnetwork.com's predictive board mock draft simulation. Now, this is the big one. Pick number 1, Arizona Cardinals. Brand new coach, brand new scheme, and you would think brand new face of the franchise. I don't. Okay? I really don't. I honestly do not think Kyler Murray is going number 1 overall to the Cardinals. I don't. I think all of this hoopla going on is just a smokescreen. They're trying to bait a team into trading with them. Okay? That is it. They're trying to get somebody to give them an offer that they absolutely cannot refuse for the number 1 overall pick, because they have so many holes on this team. Okay? This team was terrible last year. You had a bad coach that got fired halfway through the season. Did he even make it halfway? Yeah, he did. You had a first-year quarterback, which is always a struggle, and behind the offensive line that he was standing behind, he had no chance. Okay? Josh Rosen was viewed as the most pro-ready quarterback in last year's draft that had really Hall of Fame potential quarterbacks coming out in it. It was obvious. And in my mind, if Rosen last year was in this year's draft, he would be the number 1 overall pick. Yeah, I said it. Kyler Murray is a shrinky-dink, okay? He is a Smurf with a football helmet on. That doesn't last in this league. The stigma of a short quarterback has always been, oh, he can't throw over the line and things of that nature. And players like Drew Brees have done a very good job of beating back that stigma. But Drew Brees is a traditional pocket quarterback. Okay, he can move, yeah, sure, but to avoid the rush. Kyler Murray is not that. Kyler Murray is a guy that runs effectively, but he runs a lot. And yes, he is a far better passer than people like Lamar Jackson. Absolutely. But he's 5'9". The guy's going to get murdered out there, okay? He might last 3 seasons with the way he plays in the NFL. So yeah, that's my soapbox on Kyler Murray. So with the number 1 overall pick, the Cardinals had better go with Nick Bosa, okay? This team was terrible, and you don't make the team better by drafting a quarterback with your top pick every single freaking year, okay? Let Josh Rosen develop. He's going to be good in Kingsbury's system, okay? The air raid system, anybody who can throw the ball accurately is going to be good in that system. Rosen throws the ball accurately, okay? So pick up Nick Bosa, strengthen that defensive front with arguably the best talent in the past few drafts to come out, and don't look back, okay? Nick Bosa is not the only person who's going to be an immediate contributor in this draft. Pick number 33, you are going to have your pick of interior offensive lineman. And Eric McCoy out of Texas A&M is going to be an immediate upgrade to the absolutely terrible offensive line play you had last year. Keeping Rosen on his feet is important. And pressure right up the middle immediately, as soon as the ball was snapped, was extremely common last year. Putting a player like McCoy on that offensive front is going to be a huge upgrade. Is he going to be the kind of upgrade that the Colts got last year with their, number 4, number 7 overall pick? I forget which pick it was. No, okay? All right, it's not a transcendent guard talent that's generational. But, yeah, any interior offensive lineman that's in this range of talent in that early second round is going to be an immediate upgrade to what you had, and that's all you're looking for, okay? So yes, keeping Rosen upright is important, but also creating running lanes for David Johnson and keeping him from the injury list again is also important. And the guard that with McCoy's level of talent will be perfect for that. Number 65. We went back to the offensive line because yes, it was terrible. And this range of picks is great for building your offensive line. I went with Caleb McGarry, offensive tackle out of Washington here. He's got size, he can move, and again, dogs watching football knew that the offensive line was terrible in Arizona, and upgrading that with a player like McCoy at guard spot and McGarry at the tackle spot will be huge for this franchise moving forward. Huge, okay? Offensive tackle, protect the blind side for Rosen. Even if you put him at the right tackle spot, it's going to be great for running lanes for David Johnson, and a huge upgrade to this team in general. Now, normally I only really talk top 100 picks because they're the only ones you can expect to start. But they've got 103, which is so very close. You're going to get somebody, I'm sure, that's talented enough to upgrade your team immediately. In this position, I went with Dalen Mack, defensive tackle out of Texas A&M. A lot of defensive tackle and defensive end talent that's available in later rounds is actually somebody that would have been drafted a little bit earlier based off of the huge amount of depth in this draft at those positions. So Mack probably would have been somebody that got picked in, say, the 70s before he falls to 100 because there's a lot of talent at the top of the draft in those positions. So he will be somebody who can immediately get into a defensive rotation and be effective. The rotation is the name of the game here, okay? Defensive line, rotating in and out, keeping fresh legs all the time has been the proven thing in the new NFL. Because offenses are so up-tempo, these big guys need rest, and getting somebody who can work well in a rotation, getting 30 to 50 snaps a game at the absolute most, is big. So Mack, I would expect to get in the high 20s to low 30s for snap count almost immediately, and he'll be effective in that role, contributing, possibly getting into a bigger role as his career progresses. That's it. Cardinals fans, I hope you enjoyed Nick Bosa, because Kyler Murray is not coming to town.